Every letter has a story shaped by hand, carried through time. Today on the Athenian Lens, we meet Prajwal Xavier, a calligraphy artist whose strokes have graced cinema, streets, and galleries. From heritage walls in Kochi to the hands of young students at the School of Athens, his art reminds us that calligraphy is not just writing, it's living history.
Hi, myself Prajwal Xavier, and I'm a calligraphy and typography artist from Cochin. I have been working in the field of calligraphy for the past 8 to 10 years. I'm also a design person who love to play with the typography elements, fonts, and the letter forms.
What first drew you into the world of calligraphy?
In my childhood days, like every kid, I'm also very obsessed with vehicles like trucks, bus, transport bus, etc. So uh, I'm stuck down to the some lettering elements inside the bus, like no smoking, ladies don't sit here. So the first thing I draw in my paper was like no smoking kind of thing. So I'm always very obsessed with these kind of letter forms, which we can see on the public signage walls, inside the bus, government offices, etc. So I try to replicate the same letter formation into the paper. So that's my journey start with calligraphy.
How did your craft evolve into designing for films?
In my opinion, there are film titles are always a chapter for me to learn more about letter formations. In my analysis, like there are so many film titles are which very crafted, but I'm always love to play with letter form instead to pick the already established font. I have to create something new. So my most of the film titles are based on a paperwork. I am always comfortable with to draw on the paper instead of using softwares. So my most of the film titles where depends upon the how the genre is related, how the story is evolving. So I am always try to pass an emotion or the genre of the movie through the titles or the letter form.
Can you share a memory of your first title design for cinema?
On my label, the first movie I worked for, it called as Kalki. It's a Malayalam movie. It was a last minute order. A producer called me and I need a film title by tomorrow morning. So this is our basic idea. So you need to do with 2, 3 samples. So that brief was perfect and it was a last minute call. So I can create 2, 3 samples with their genre and the brief. And among the 3, they selected one. And so that was my first memory for the film title. Before that, I worked for many film titles, but they are all for some agencies or publicity media design team. So Kalki was my first film.
What's the emotional or artistic difference between handwriting and lettering?
So in the modern era, everyone love to play with the digital fonts and typography elements. But I'm always a person who sticking to or obsessed with the hand painted signages or hand painted elements which we can see on the public walls and all. I feel like there are so many unknown artists behind this kind of hand painted letter forms. So for each letter, there are some artistic or aesthetic hard work behind that. So I'm always respected to those kind of handwritten formats. Also, the actually my inspirations are those kind of persons which are called can be called as unsung heroes of the digital design.
In Kochi and Kerala, we still see hand-painted names on gates and walls. How did this tradition start?
So I have been conducting calligraphy workshops, and also there is some workshop called Type Walk. It's actually a walking workshop where we cover a selected city or selected streets, and we go to a analysis on the hand painted signages which made up of concrete or metal cuts, and we avoid the digital signages and all. Uh, the reason or the logic behind is I'm a person who loves the hand painted elements. So I want to promote the hand painted elements to the public, to the world, and also there are so many artists who work behind this kind of handwritten elements. So uh, it's a tribute to the unsung heroes of the design world. So in that type work, we covered hand painted signages. It's like a post-mortem. We analyze the letter, its anatomy, its category, about its serif, which category is it, italics or is it normal. So we are discussing so many categories, so many terms about the typography, and also we can found some hand painted boards or hand painted elements on some heritage building, and there will be a history can there will be there. As an example, if we going to Kochi, there is one public signages which have 70 years old. It was the election campaign design, which is mounted on a wall, and it was a election campaign for the first Lok Sabha election in India. So it was a great thing how the ancient people or the old design team, how they develop the designs, what kind of tools they use. Actually, they used not using paint, they used some brick powders and gum. So these kind of so many histories are running behind this kind of signages. So my aim is to make this to a public thing and give some respect to the artists, not the painters. I'm actually talking about the sign painters. So it's a kind of tribute, and also it's a post-mortem on the letter forms.
What do you feel when you see faded signage of brands on old walls?
Actually, we have a term called ghost signages. See some faded signages. It's kind of a fossil. Uh, we will get excited when we see a fossil which is centuries ago. So similarly, when we can see a faded signboard or something, my mind travels to the back, and I think about like that. What will be the reason they didn't maintain it well? How they didn't repainted it, or how they didn't bring the new digital signages. So these kind of thoughts are running behind me. And also, I reached a conclusion like that there may be some reason, that may be a financially kind of thing, or there may be aesthetically pleasing thing. So that's why the vendor or the owner put that faded board still there. Uh, Also, I can analyze how the in the olden era, how the people used the script in that period. Suppose when we doing type work and all, we are analyzing different kind of scripts. For example, in Kochi or in Bangalore, we can see scripts like Hebrew, Hindi, Gujarati. So many scripts we can see on the shop name and brick. So it's always fascinating, like how the people used Malayalam script in 1980 or 1970, or how their Kannada script used in the olden era. So, for in the aspect of Malayalam, we have New Lipi and Old Lipi. By analyzing the handwritten sign pages, most of all the artists behind them will be aged between 50 plus. So their Malayalam will be always a old Lipi Malayalam. It's a good chance to get the old Malayalam style.
What kind of tools and techniques were traditionally used?
Calligraphy is always, or letter forms or is always a handmade process. We have different tools, modern tools are there, traditional elements are there. I already told you there are in olden time, like in 1960 or 1970, the people used some brick powder and gum to use as paint. But when the time over, they use paint. So till now also they are using some kind of powder and then mixed with water for election campaigns and all. But when we travel from South Kerala to North, or if I'm suppose I'm talking about Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, in Kerala we can see the majority of the paints will be blue, green, red. But when we come to Bangalore or Tamil Nadu, we can see a majority of the election campaigns will be based upon black, pink, and fluorescent colors are there. In Kerala also we can see fluorescent paints, but they are using only for outline kind of thing. But if you move to Tamil Nadu, they are using widely the black color. So the tools, the method is changes from location to location, and the availability of the tools. It's also depends upon the artist.
Do you see this as visual history? Should it be preserved, like murals?
Exactly. We discussed that there is one signboard which is the a fossil of the first Lok Sabha election. Similarly, I found one interesting signages at Calicut, Kerala. This was based on a movie directed by I.V. Shashi in the year, I think it's 1980 or something. The movie name was Varta, which means the news. So as a part of advertisement or the promotion of the movie, they hand painted the exact title design on a bridge. So it was, I think, around near to 50 plus years. In the last year only, they get vanished. So there are some history kind of thing behind this kind of hand painted signages. So for me, it's must be we have to preserve, and we can do some exhibitions and all.
That wraps up segment 1 with Prajwal Xavier. More insights are coming soon in the next part of the Athenian Lens by the School of Athens. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories in art and culture.